And we are starting now SIPS of Science episode 2. I've got on the other side of the line Dr. Florian Kongoli. We're going to talk about SIPS, about the largest event on sustainability through science and technology. So, we would like to thank your audience. And we'll just start with the opening of the program, and I'll be right back with Dr. Kongoli. Thank you again for watching. Hello again, everybody. I'm Mario Linhares, and I'm broadcasting from the city of Cabo Frio, Brazil. We are like 3 hour drive from Rio de Janeiro, and I've got on the other side of the line the pleasure of talking to Dr. Florian Kongoli. Hello, Dr. Florian. Where are you today?
I'm home. I'm actually in my office, not home, but in Montreal.
Well, back home after the past 60 days, you've been away from Montreal for a long time, wasn't it? But it's nice to
Well,
have
in
you
and
back.
out, in and out, in and out, in and out.
In and out, in and out, in and out. So, Dr. Florian, today we're going to talk about a very specific thing. We started this the second episode of SIPS of Science. SIPS of Science is a program produced in a joint in a joint program between Flogen Star Outreach that organizes SIPS, the Sustainable Industrial Processing Summit, sustainability through science and technology, and TV Onda Azul from Brazil, from Cabo Frio. And we're having this joint broadcast, and we are going to be talking every week about the largest event on sustainability, SIPS. And it's a pleasure to have you here. I would like to let you speak some words before we start. But I would like to put in with us also Professor Micaela Barinova. Hello, Professor Micaela. So, Dr. Florian, go ahead, and your for you it's good afternoon still, right? You're in Montreal. It's six
Well, good
o'clock there.
afternoon. Good afternoon here. Early evening and midnight in Czech Republic, and 7 o'clock in Rio de Janeiro. So all world is here.
Yes, we've got three continents here: South America, North America, and Europe. So,
Yes.
Professor Micaela Barinova, it's a pleasure to have you here tonight. Welcome to the SIPS of Science. It's a pleasure
Thank
having
you.
you here.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Hello.
Yes. Today we have Dr. Barinova here as a special guest because we are going to be talking about uh, a very special symposium, and it has a lot to do with Professor Michaela's line of expertise. So I would like you to introduce what we are going to be talking about today, Dr. Florian.
Well, this is SIPS. SIPS. As you know, SIPS has many symposia in it, about 50 symposia. And today we will be covering the important subject of recycling. And this time in Phuket, Thailand, sustainable recycling symposium is dedicated to Professor uh, Karel Kolomaznik. He is 84 years old, working today. I just visited his laboratory in Czech Republic last week, and this year it will be Kolomaznik International Symposium on recycling,
Mm-hmm.
because he is specialty recycling mainly in organic materials, but the
Mm-hmm.
symposium covers everything from inorganic to organic materials. And Dr. Michaela is also the chair of the symposium on recycling. She has been working with Professor Kolomaznik for the last 18 years, so she knows everything. She has it's a great collaborator of Professor Kolomaznik. So It is recycling of as part of sustainability. And as you see here, this
Hmm.
is uh, this is Kolomaznik International Symposium website. I don't know if you see it properly. It's okay there.
Yeah, I
So
think better like this. Yes, we are going. We
yes,
can see
this is
this at flogen.org/SIPS 2022. You're going to have all the 50 symposia that we are going to find at SIPS, especially this one that we've
we are speaking today.
yeah, we're talking about today. So,
Yeah.
Dr. Florian, uh, what is this? Is the eighth edition of this symposium, right? It's the eighth time this is
This
happening as international
This
symposium at
started in
SIPS.
yes, this is the eighth edition. We do it almost every year. This time it's dedicated to Professor Kolomaznik. And recycling is a very important issue on sustainability, but we have to be we have to take out the noise out of the concept of recycling, and as we did with sustainability. You
Hmm.
know, we have some contribution in defining recycling as a sustainable activity in the framework of Flogen sustainability framework. So
Hmm.
it's framework. So it is inside the framework of Flogen sustainability concept. Why? Because today we are speaking a lot about recycling. Recycling is a very useful activity, but it has to fulfill sustainability. First, has to the economy. Second is to protect the environment, and third, it is to develop the human society. I mean, develop the index of quality of life of humans. So, if the recycling process doesn't fulfill this criteria, it becomes an activity that is not sustainable. Basically, some companies that were dealing with recycling without being feasible went bankrupt in the United States and other countries. So recycling has to be sustainable. To be sustainable. Otherwise, if it's not sustainable, sometimes landfilling, temporary landfilling is better. So this is what Professor Kolomaznik has been working all his life in recycling of organic materials. Uh, you know, and we have besides going there. Before going there, I wanted to also to specify that shortly that we have the modified paradigm of material science and engineering. As it was before, it was from processing to properties and to application. It was missing a link, recyclability. So we modified this entire paradigm, and it is now is a circular process, and that's what Professor Kolomaznik has been trying to recycle all this organic material. So when I say organic material, it's easy. So we have I'm letting Dr. Barinova to speak about this in details, but he basically recycled through mainly through hydrolysis all organic materials. So when I was last week there, the king of the recyclability was the sausage cases. Sausages that we buy in the store, they have a case. You know, they
Hmm.
have an
Yes,
organic
yes.
case. Some they are out of range, out of the specification. So it's a lot of waste. This organic waste, it is recyclable through a specific process of hydrolysis
Hmm.
developed by Professor Kolomaznik to produce organic fertilizer, which is
Very, very, very
very.
interesting.
So it's not only sausage cases, but it could be anything. So I'm leaving Professor Barinova to speak about this,
Hmm.
but we visited his laboratory. We visited his uh, pilot plant in
Hmm.
one milk farm. They produce every day. They use the sausage to produce fertilizer
Hmm.
on site and use it in on fields on their fields. So they have not started to sell it yet, but it is way more efficient and way more compared to the superphosphate, the artificial not artificial but
Hmm.
chemical fertilizers.
I
So
see.
this one will be one of the subject of the symposium, but the topics are wide. The topics are not all organic, but in general, the recycle recyclable materials and sustainable recycle of. So
Okay.
we are covering all these fields, but we got some videos of Professor Kolomaznik lab and also his pilot plant in the
Mhm.
farm. I don't know if you can show them, but
Uh,
the
we
symposium,
are
by the
going to
way,
publish, Dr. Florian, we are going to publish links to these videos for a further opportunity
they are not
because
public yet.
due
You got it the
due
first
to
one.
some technical issues, we cannot upload them now. Yes,
Oh, okay. But anyway, they are
they're
not
too heavy,
public. They
but
are
we are
not
going to
public.
provide the links later.
Yes, they are not public. So I thought you can show some segments, but if it is not
Mhm.
possible, that's fine. So as you see, you know, the chairs of the symposium are covered are from all over the world. So it's Dr.
Uh-huh.
Barinova, the main chair, and we have
Mhm.
Ahmed from Pakistan, Dr. Ozgunay from Turkey. We have Professor Tang from China, Professor Tang in Vietnam, Dr. Gaidao from Romania, and
Mhm.
Dr. Guo from China. So it's all world is represented in terms of co-chairs, and Professor Barinova is the initiator of this symposium. So I let her speak about the symposium and what we'll be covering.
Very good. So for you, it's good evening, right, Professor Michaela,
It's the
Professor
middle
Hello.
of the night.
Barinova? Yeah, middle of the
Yeah.
night. It's what midnight, past midnight.
Yeah.
You're in Zlin, right?
Yes, sure.
Czech
In
Republic.
Zlin, but it's okay. It's no problem. I'm very happy and thank you for invitation to this for me night session. And just very briefly, I would like to introduce the symposium of Professor Karel Kolomaznik because Professor Kolomaznik is my long life colleague, mentor, and also friend. And he has achieved incredible successes, especially as Dr. Kongoli says, in the processing and recycling of organic materials, mainly connected to leather industry. So I think that he's the right person to to hold the symposium and give it its name. I am also very grateful for all the co-chairs to participate and to express their gratitude, express their great interest because most of them has been somehow connected to Professor Kolomaznik professionally and personally. We have joint projects, we have projects under preparation. Uh, we
Oh,
are kind of special in the recycling this year because I know that the SIPS conferences are mainly dedicated to metallurgy and the recycling is also focused mainly on metal materials, but I think that to extend the horizon of SIPS, it will be good to have a symposium like Professor Kolomaznik's. I would just like to briefly say four main topics of this symposium. As Dr. Kongoli mentioned, the first and main topic is the recycling of organic materials. Other thing is processing those materials. It means the technologies, the automation, control, mathematical modeling. Also, there is no recycling or reutilization without product application. So we are also focused on application of products in many fields like medicine, agriculture, and so on. And other thing, which is also connected to natural polymers such as proteins, is alternative sources of proteins and other polymeric materials.
very, very, very interesting, Professor. Since we're talking about SIPs, I'd like to show a video about Phuket because we always mention here, Dr. Florian, that it's not only science and technology and hard work, but all of this in paradise, right? So let's see what expects us in terms of sightseeing, besides the science and technology we're going to see there. So just a quick break, and we'll be right back. Well, that's it. It's sure a beautiful place. You have a special talent of finding beautiful places for SIPS, Dr. Florian. I have to confess that.
Yes, well, this is not by chance. This is intentionally because
Hmm.
scientists and engineers they have to enjoy the best place in the world. They are the main factor of sustainable development. The most efficient way of achieving sustainability is through science and technology first. So all methods are important, but this is the scientists and engineers are those that have the most impact in achieving sustainability uh, as fast as possible and as efficient as possible. So they deserve to be in the right places, in the best places, and we sure very low prices for these five-star hotels on the beach, where there is a high degree of networking. We have a dinner every night, we have a show every night, and these and these are all included in one registration fees, including the gala. It's a it becomes a kind of family. It's a big family, and this is a source uh, of uh, of initiating numerous multi-dimensional science, technology, and in between countries. So bridges between countries, cultures, and methods of science are uh, are built. And that's why everybody enjoyed it in a paradise places. So this is intentionally, and it's not by chance. So it is very important to say this. It is honoring science and engineering, like Professor Kolomaznik, but also, giving giving a stage, a beautiful stage for science and engineering to attract people in science and engineering. So that's basically the idea behind that.
Well, very good. Professor Barinova, last the few days ago, Dr. Florian was visiting your university, an institute in your university, the Bata University, right, in Slim.
Thomas
And
Bata
Thomas
University.
Bata, that's it. Thomas Bata. Sorry for I forgot the first name. And you develop a very interesting work. We're going to post the link here so anybody can watch the visit you went there. But you have excellent laboratories there, and you focus on something that uh, normal mortals like me, for example, we have very little access to, like polymers. Uh, and I heard a colleague of yours saying that it was very important for sustainability, for recycling. This is the topic we're having here. That the material that is generated by a polymer is predicted, is designed to be sustainable, right? So
Yes.
in many aspects. So what is the importance of a symposium like this that are going to talk about recycling, that are going to talk about new techniques, new polymers, new I mean, innovation in general. What is the importance of gathering not only scientists but also entrepreneurs, but also political leaders of the world in this debate of how science and technology can help humanity?
Yeah, I think that you hit a very important thing or very important point, and this is not only to be focused on the recycling of existing waste, existing materials, but to really think in advance. It means to adjust the technologies or just as soon as you get the material to your hands to be processed, to think about it, to think what to do with it. So I think that this is kind of a general knowledge, general cycle of materials. And the focus of this symposium is not to only deal with someone's waste or something, something like this, but also uh, to develop technologies to process these materials, whether they are synthetic or natural polymers, in the way that they can be utilized again or recycled. I think that's the main point.
Excellent, excellent. Dr. Florian, what should someone who's watching us for the first time, and maybe the person thinks, well, this is a very interesting gathering, but I'm not a scientist, I'm not an engineer, I'm just a businessman, or I'm just a
Well,
representative, an executive of
that's
a big corporation, and I want to think in a sustainable way. Can anybody be part of SIPS? How does it work?
well, very good question. The I just want to repeat the words of Professor Farid Murad. By the way, the entire SIPS this time is dedicated to Professor Farid Murad, that he is Nobel Laureate in Medicine. Last SIPS in Paphos, Cyprus, he specifically said, "I like multi disciplinary meetings like SIPS." And SIPS is unique because we bring people from all disciplines together. And when people from the different disciplines comes together, new technologies are developed. This is how it works in science. These are approximately his own words. So actually that's in a concise form a reply to your question. So,
Yes.
for example, let's reply to your different way through Professor Kolomaznik activity. So they process many organic materials to produce biofuels. So somebody that is interesting in new type of energy. So biofuels is one, but to produce it from organic materials, from waste, organic waste, to produce biofuel, this is a sustainable product, meaning that you can produce a biofuel and use it in various fields. So basically, you can produce biofuels, you can produce fertilizer. These are all from organic waste. Organic waste would have been thrown away. So an entrepreneur or an engineer coming there, he will be interested to know what's going on in order to invest in these new technologies, and also to be part of the process, and make it a sustainable business. Sustainable business means to get profit, to protect the environment, and also to improve the human index, human life index. So it's a direct interest of even people that are not scientists. So this is not tips. It's not we are achieving sustainability through science and technology, but uh, following following Flogen sustainability framework. You
Mhm.
remember the three pillars. One it is science and
Yes.
technology. One is government as management. Management includes all CEOs, all directors of companies, all
We've
various
got it on
companies.
screen while you're
So
speaking.
exactly, and education and civil society. So not the part of a government are not all scientists. They are just politicians. management and the CEOs they are not necessarily scientists, but they are entrepreneurs. They discover something new and put money in it and make it a profitable business. And also, civil society is important because it's awareness for different types of sustainable activation. We can have technology, but prepare the new generation for technology. So we started technology. Government needs solutions. Solutions comes from industry, from technology, from science. If we don't have solution, government cannot do anything. It's empty-handed. So and also CEOs are empty-handed. See, if they have a problem in the production, if they have a problem in the industry, they are here to find the solutions. So sustainable solution. What is sustainable solution? Sustainability is it's not just spending money; it is making money sustainably. So
Yes.
if you find a new way of recycling materials that is sustainable, with like
Hmm.
Professor Kolomaznik activity, so you might be interested to invest in it and also have the buy the IP and produce it and make it available to the public, which you make money this way, but also at the same time you protect the environment and you recycle the waste. That's why sustainable recycling symposium. So it is everything goes in and out from this Flogen sustainability framework. Everything is there. It's all inclusive. So that's why people that are not scientists are very interested to come. Politicians are very interested to come. Normally, pay secondary, companies to do studies for them and to find the trends in the economy. This is not always good. So sometimes the conclusions are wrong. So they have to come and at the source, at the water source, and see what's going on. And also, there are people in government. They're responsible for distributing money to various research products, to various research activities. So the SIPS is a fertile ground to find out what's going on because all technologies are there, and there is no censor. Everything, all technologies are welcome. There is no unless there is no science involved in it, it's just politics. But this everything is welcomed. Anyone that has developed a new technology or have a new idea or have a new discovery that might not have been really welcome from their peers for different reasons, for different competition reasons or whatever, they are welcome to come there. We welcome debate. We don't take sides. Everyone is welcome. So
Hmm.
there are millions of reasons all people be there, although they are not scientists, but they are CEOs, manager, industrial companies. They find new ways of that help their production. They have their bottom line in the industry, in the companies. So and then this synergy between different areas of science and technology make it makes it brings it to a really a higher, much higher ground.
Exactly. Professor Barinova, what is the importance for a scientist like you, yes, to be part of an environment of, I mean, you have some of the greatest minds in the world will be there, you among them. And this exchange of ideas, yes, what is the importance, for example, to chair a symposium like this? You specialized in this field. You have a very intense participation in this field, and to chair a symposium like this, what is the importance not only for you but for all participants and in all symposia, not only in this one?
Okay, I would say in the first place, that chairing such a symposium is not only just a great opportunity, but I mean a professional opportunity, but also the possibility to invite people to one place who could maybe never meet in this. I mean, they would never meet together. I mean, all the co-chairs, all the people working with Professor Kolomaznik during the years to see their reaction to the invitations, it it made us very pleased, very grateful, and they are really excited to meet not only Professor Kolomaznik again, but to meet each other, because it may bring other opportunities for special projects. Each of them are from a little bit different fields, covering all the rounds and topics of Kolomaznik Symposium, and even more, even getting into the more traditional things like metallurgy or batteries recycling, like Professor Guo from China. So I think that the opportunity to bring all these people together to one place, to have open discussions, to have fun, to have personal meetings, go for coffee, go for beer, and to discuss at round table. This is what it brings to me and all of us.
Very, 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 very good.
And if
Doctor,
I can add to that,
of course.
one of the field that Professor Kolomaznik has worked is recycling of leather recycling. It's organic material, and with that, uh, they have now a cooperation they're I think I can. This is already done. I think I can say this. They have a cooperation with the institute in Vietnam, and the entire consortium will be meeting in Phuket and
Very
discussing
interesting.
the advancement of this cooperation between the university with a group of Kolomaznik and the institute, Leather Institute in Vietnam. So these are not, when we say that the SIPS, it's found for multidisciplinary and between countries and states cooperation project. This is an example. So they're not coming there
Exactly.
only to present. They're not coming there only to honor Professor Kolomaznik and also to discuss the different the recycling technologies, but they are with the hands on the projects. They're going to have joint meetings there and discuss the ways, the pathways. And so this is just a new project. So the first meeting it is in Phuket. It's very significant. There are many
Exactly.
others like this. Some are some are SIPS is incentive place of this type of multidisciplinary projects.
Dr. Florian, one
Correct.
thing that
That's correct, Michaela.
Yes, definitely. I have nothing more to say.
Yeah, and I
Okay.
just want to
Good.
to add to that
Fine.
something that, as I said, I'm not a scientist. I'm a journalist. So uh, the first time I realized something that you said that I'm going to quote now was at an event organized by SIPS Rio de Janeiro in 2018. Yes, you even got the. It impacted so much in Brazil, in the science of Brazil and all that, you even got the honorary citizenship of Rio de Janeiro. Yes. You, like me, are a carioca. Yes. So,
Yes.
but you were chosen. I was born by chance. You were chosen
By
carioca.
the way, just a parenthesis. In Zlin,
Yes.
one of the apartment building, had the
Mhm.
sign there, Carioca number 5.
Oh, serious.
And yeah, we
And
couldn't take a
also
picture,
a
but Michaela
statue of
will take
Saint
a picture.
Florian.
Yeah, my
And
We
also
Michaela
a
will take
statue of
obviously,
Saint Florian.
a picture of that and send it to us. It was
Yeah.
where in the
Yeah, do
same
that,
block
Professor.
where Professor Kolomaznik lives.
Oh,
So
yes.
the entire building was called Carioca.
Oh, he
So
lives
that
there.
was the
Wow,
first.
this is a big coincidence. And he was in Rio de Janeiro, wasn't he?
Yeah.
no,
Who?
No, he
never.
wasn't.
No,
He
she was.
wasn't. Okay, but I just wanted to add that we've talked about this in other videos, other previous videos, Dr. Florian, is that most of the academic work, most of the work of the research and of the prototypes and discoveries, scientific discoveries that happen in the academy. I mean, academia. Maybe 90% stays in academia. It never comes to the civil society. It never becomes like a real benefit for humankind. and SIPS has this mission of making it more popular, right? Making like all these discoveries come to the public, come to a company that will look and say, well, I can make a good profit of it. I can get market share out of it, out of this discovery. And then these three powers, these three players gather, and good things come out of it. I mean, science comes to, I'm not going to say real world because it sounds like academia is not real world, but it comes to a commercial benefiting the humanity in general with it. Right?
That was for Michaela.
Oh,
Yes, for both of you, as a matter of fact.
Yeah,
okay. I would just like to add to this that what I really, really admire and what I would like to thank to Dr. Florian with all this idea about the SIPS conferences is to bring people like Professor Kolomaznik into the public eye and literally onto the red carpets, because I think these people really deserve it and the public deserves to know about them.
Very good. As you said, Dr. Florian, scientists need to play an important role. Like in the pandemic, this was proven, right?
Well,
That
they play, but nobody recognized that, so that they don't get the credit. They have played all the time, but nobody, they do not get the credit they deserve. To make it more precise, they do not get the credit they deserve. So you mentioned 95% of the scientific artists stays in the libraries. That's true, and then SIPS wants to bridge this, to bridge the gap, and to get away from the death valley, and to try to see the possibility of all inventions, all discoveries, uh, be or toward applicability. That's why also sustainability. But we cover both fundamental science and application. So we go from the beginning. So this is a 360 degree of science and life. So we go from geology, mining, processing, extraction, refining, creation of new materials, new technologies, nanomaterials, nanotechnologies, technologies in medicine, technologies in antioxidant oxidative materials. So you name it, and then we have a law symposium dedicated to, because we need law, because we are in a society dedicated to famous lawyers from Washington D.C. and we have three. I mentioned a little bit, three medical related symposium related to technology. So we have the entire world in SIPS, and we try to bridge the gap. As very Murat, he is even in interview with me during 2019, that if you get biologists with engineers together, biotechnology develops, etc.
Yes, that's impressive.
But this is a perfect definition.
Well, I would like to thank you very much, Dr. Florian, Dr. Barinova, and well, I would like to allow you your final consideration. So, if Dr. Barinova wants to speak something specific about the symposium or any other subject related to it, feel free.
Thank you very much. I guess I've already said all those important things. Just a personal thing, because Professor Kolomaznik has been my colleague and friend for, as Dr. Florian said, almost 18 years. So I am really, really glad that he could be the star of this symposium and to meet all the people that in some parts of his professional career were his partners in projects and in other enterprises. So I'm very glad for Professor Kolomaznik that he could be a star of this exceptional symposium.
Very good, Professor Michaela Barinova. Thank you very much for being part of this SIPS of Science, the second episode of SIPS of Science. And Dr. Florian, again, a big pleasure meeting you once more. And here we are again, another Thursday, second time for the SIPS of Science. And in the second episode, you had a great surprise for us with the participation of Professor Michaela Barinova. So your final considerations.
Well, I want to say to invite everybody with the recycling to come and be part of the event. It is a high-class event that incorporates all the recycling technologies, sustainable, to make them all. So you need invitation. Anybody that follows do not need invitation. You just go in the website, choose the recycling symposium, submit an abstract, and everything will be practically followed through. If you specifically need, and if you feel free to contact Renova and me and other co-chairs, or you can submit an abstract, and if you need a formal invitation, we can still send a formal invitation to you. Open to everyone.
Very
Anyone
good.
is, if it is a bad idea, it means that we have experienced that idea. But debate and respectful even debate is important.
Mm-hmm.
This way, to submit an manager and submit a full page, double reviewed, by the way. They will be published in a specific, as peer reviewed and modified after in Google Scholar. So feel free, and you'll see the difference. If you come, you never stop coming at SIPS. This being held. So for me to have Dr. Barinova with us, she is the first to be as a co-chair of the symposium. So she is opening. We will continue with ours, but it's significant starting this with Barinova, and significant because I just visited them last week.
Yeah, the visit is very fresh. We even had an episode of The Art of Science directly from the Czech Republic. Very beautiful place. Well, before we end,
there are others that we have. There are videos that there is a video of the detailed visit of Professor Kolomaznik laboratory. It's another video of the pilot plan in the milk farm that we have recorded. It's not public yet, and there are many other.
And you can see all these videos. You can see all these videos in the YouTube channel of Flogen Star Outreach.
That will be also in our web directly to the YouTube, but they are not public yet. Interesting one. We will make it public whenever it is necessary, and then I guarantee that you will enjoy that because they are very interesting.
I'm sure of that. Well, before we end our broadcast tonight, I'm going to play another video from Phuket, yes, from SIPS, and that's it, everybody. We're getting to the end of our show tonight. This is the second episode of SIPS of Science. I'm Mario Linhares, and today we had a broadcast from 3 continents. I'm broadcasting from South America, from the city of Cabo Frio, Brazil. We've got Professor Michaela Barinova from the Czech Republic, the city of Zlin. And we've got Dr. Florian Kongoli from North America, Canada, the city of Montreal. It was a big pleasure to have you with us. And we're going to be here again next Thursday at 10 p.m. GMT. I mean, in Rio de Janeiro, that's 7 p.m. In Montreal, it's 6 p.m. In the Czech Republic, around midnight, right, Professor?
After midnight, almost 1 o'clock.
So, 1 o'clock. Well, now it's 1 o'clock, almost 1 o'clock. But
Almost.
it started at
midnight.
Yeah, it started at midnight. So if you're in Japan, it's morning. You're having breakfast and watching us. But doesn't matter what time, no matter where you are, because eventually this is going to be recorded and stay forever on YouTube, on the social media of Flogen, Star Outreach, and also TV Onda Azul. This is a joint production between the 2 companies, Flogen Star Outreach in Montreal and TV Onda Azul in Brazil. It's a pleasure having you guys here. And next week, we're going to be back with one more Sips of Science. That's it. Thank you very much. And see you next week.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.